What up, guys? It's your boy Nick, aka Old Lady, back in the building, here to do a little bit of talk about journaling, scheduling, and possibly doing a to do list. So, we're going to take a look at this awesome uh, website uh, article that I had found on, and I'll share that in the description on my screen here. It's about, I'll get to the right part. It's from um, day one from this lady Christian Webb Wright, and like I said, I'll share it in the description. And this is like 20 benefits of uh, journaling and why you should keep a journal. And a lot of times when I've been to therapy, a lot of the therapists I've talked to talked about the benefits of journaling. I've done um pretty good at journaling off and on. Um, One of the times that I was in an inpatient therapy session, in then just in and out. It was kind of I was going every day type of thing. Uh, I came up with an idea of kind of combining a bunch of different things together in one. And me and my beautiful fiance, which you guys hopefully will meet once I start doing some of these live sessions. We're trying to come up with a way to make a PDF, which I mentioned back in one of the other videos that I've done in the past, to make this an all-in-one like PDF type file. And the journal is one of those sections that you could keep a small little journal file, like a daily journal file, on top of like a to-do list and some other stuff. And she talks about in this why it's so important to keep like a daily journal. And I was just going to kind of go over that, like schedules and stuff, and why it's so important for your mental health to keep uh, journals and a schedule. Especially like for me, I know for me, it's very important for me to keep uh, at least try to write it down to a degree and try to maintain some sort of a schedule, because if I don't have some sort of way to look back at what I need to do for the day, or I don't have some way to write down my feelings and I keep it inside, um, it's very hard for me to keep that bottled up. I've learned, especially in the last 5 or 6 years, and then if I get off the bandwagon of writing it down, it you know it comes to a head real quick. So like, uh, I'm just from experience, I could tell you this is something that does work. So let's just go ahead and I'll just try to go through it real quick. And if anybody's interested, like I said, I'll put the description in there. You can read over it a little bit more than what I'm just going to kind of skim over it real quick. So you got, number one, journaling provides mental clarity, and builds self awareness. That's very true. Like, because you're putting it down on paper and you're getting to see what you're talking about, not only for like externally, like the stuff that's bothering you, but internally. So like, it's not just like these are all my problems on the outside. Work's bothering me. My finances are bothering me. But you can also say, the man in the mirror is bothering me. This is bothering me about myself. And you can write all that stuff out, and you can look back at it, and you can say these are goals and these are things that I can work at. These are, problems that I can see that I need to, um, fix, in time. You can build a plan of action to work at those things, and some, like it says on here, number three, journaling relieves stress. And sometimes it does. Like I've said in another video, sometimes I would say like anywhere from 90 to 95% of the time, it relieves more stress to write it out. You're getting it out of your system. There is a small percentage of the time you write it down and you're reliving that, and for a short amount of time you might be like, "Oh, I forgot that I was mad about that," and you'll short second you might be like, "Oh, I forgot I was ticked off about that," and you might be, might get ticked off again for a second. That's just real life. But for the most part, it feels better to get it out. It's kind of like miniature therapy sessions in a way, just by yourself. Journaling develops emotional intelligence. In the way she's expressing it here, you have a way to handle your emotions from others. So like, if you like, that's pretty much what I'm talking about. Like, if you do get mad there for a second, you can like USA through it for that second, and you're learning to do that. Like, and you're not doing it around somebody. So if I'm writing in my journal, like this is one of them, for an example. Ah, if I'm writing through it, like then you get mad about it, you're not around people, so you just like you can work through it and be like, okay, I got mad and I'm getting better. You see what I'm saying? No, like not everything. Sometimes, like for me, like one of my problems is I get really mad really quick, and so if like something gets bothers me later, or if I get really mad about something else later, the small hurdles of learning how to deal with these things through this may not necessarily help. But if I get mad about something small later, I've learned how to fix small hurdles. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's really helpful for everyday little small problems. Like that really helps. It don't help all the big problems that like I have, like my big emotional, you know, hurdles, but it helps the small ones. So it says journaling enhances creativity, and that's true. Like a lot of times, like um, I'll be journaling and I'll be talking out stuff, and then I'll come up with ideas for videos. And like I also like to do woodworking. I'll come up with ideas for woodworking, or I'll come up with ideas for how we're gonna work on our budget for the house, or other problems that is coming on, or other ideas I have. Like, and I'll just jot them down. I'll make I'll make a little, and I'll jot that down, and then I'll keep on working on my other stuff, and or sometimes I'll just it gets your journal. You can do whatever you want to. You want to make a little doodle, make a little doodle. If that makes you feel better while you're doing it, it's not like anybody's going to check it. You can do whatever you want to in it. You know what I'm saying? It's not homework. Like it just feels better if it makes you feel good for the second to make a little picture. Make a little picture. It's like however you feel like it. Like uh, it improves your problem solving. And I guess like it's very similar to how it was with the other stuff before. It just helps you be able to sit there and plan stuff out. It helps you to be able to work through ideas and work through um any you know that you have this problem, you know you have these issues that are going on. It also gives you, it allows you enough time if you set aside, that's part of the scheduling part that I was going to talk about later. It gives you enough time if you schedule enough proper time to do your journaling, to have some ideas about how do I fix my financial problems, if that's what you're talking about. How do I fix my whatever that you're writing about? if you if you want to write about whatever, and then you're like, oh well, I'm stressed out about the fact that I'm overweight. Well, while I'm in here and I got 20 minutes, I can come up with a little, exercise routine real quick, and I can, later I can try to work out with that exercise routine. These are just examples or something, but those are type of things that you can do that makes your journaling time not just writing down stuff, but uh it makes the time you're problem solving, and you're also getting out any kind of potential uh bad emotional feelings you're having. So it makes it productive in multiple ways than just writing down your issues, if you see what I'm saying. It Journaling reduces health issues. Well, I mean, that's just probably a lot to do with anything mental, uh any kind of, you have any kind of elevated stress levels. I'm trying to see what she says here, because it lowers your stress levels. And as you can see, you guys, I skimmed through it really fast. Like, so I saw some of them really good. And I saw some of them not as good. Elevated, yeah, it because you have elevated stress levels, and that can add to like a lot of problems in your life when you have elevated stress levels. And it, like for me, like I'm a bigger guy, and I have other health problems. Like I have high blood pressure. I have high cholesterol. I have other things, So, and I'm getting older. I'm like 41. So like those type of things, and I'm overweight, and some of that's because, well, because I don't like to work out anymore that much, and I really like food. And I use food sometimes as a emotional band aid, and also I work a physical job, and it's in the afternoon, and I don't feel like working out you know, and I'm full of excuses, but I that's just I'm just being open and honest with you. Um, so I don't work out as much as I probably should. Having elevated stress and all that other stuff will play roles on your heart and other organs in your body. And if you don't get some of that stress levels out, you know, you can hurt your body. You can have a heart attack. You can have a stroke or something like that. It's more likely to be the case if you don't get those stress levels and anxiety levels down. And that's what she's saying in this is like if you don't reduce those things, you can have health issues. Um, helps you set goals and helps you to achieve goals. So, and if you that's only if you're writing your goals down in your journal and you're looking back at your journal at what your goals were. So, granted, like you have to just not be emotionally vomiting into your journal. You have to be productively using your journal as a tool. I know that sounds like I'm being a little rude, but like that's it has a lot to do with like being using it as a like I'm writing stuff down to get through the stress, but I'm also using my journal. It's like I said, you when a goal comes up or like we're having financial trouble, how do we get out of it real fast? We're having financial trouble. You try to come up with a budget. You look back at the budget, and whenever it changes, or you can make a change to it, or the budget works, or things change, or you pay things off, and you redo your budget, and you are able to save money, or see what I'm saying? Things like that are different. Then on top of that, then you build on it. You see what I'm saying? So then you achieve goals, and then you set them higher, and then you fix them. So it's things like that. It's like that's how you use it as a productive tool. So that's basically what she's trying to say. This is very similar to another one, emotional regulation. It's kind of like fixing your emotions. Oh, sorry. Um, strengthens expression. I don't even know what the heck that builds better memory. Also because you're less stressed and you're if you're using it and you're going back and you're trying to remember what you're doing, you're constantly uh, trying to process what you've learned, process what you put in there, and you're practicing using your memory and stuff like that. So you're uh, well, like it says right here, you're strengthens your memory muscles because you're utilizing it. You're going back through there and you're actually doing it. You can't any muscle in your body or anything you use in your body unless you utilize it over and over again, like it's not gonna build. Like you can't like do arm curls one time and then you get enormous arms. I mean, I know everybody knows that, and I'm probably sound like a dad right now, but like that it just don't work like one time. You have to do it over and over again. And enhances writing skills. Now that's probably true if you can write to a degree. I'm 41 and I think I'm stuck at writing like a seventh grader. It's just I might just be stuck that way, unless you're like on like the computer or something. Um, I do mine in like a book hand form, and it looks horrible. It just I can't spell or anything. But I mean, I guess it's gonna it could there's a possibility. Where there's a will, there's a way. There's anything's possible, as Kevin Garnett said. Um, being mindfulness. That's like your whole trying to be full minded, like being like not just trying to relieve stress, but trying to improve everything. Like you're trying. I'm trying to figure out how would you have worded this. Like improve your focus, uh, improve your mood, um, and overall try to move your life forward in momentum. So you're overall, you're not just trying to alleviate one thing. You're trying to basically uh, become a better person. Is basically what she's trying to say there. Um, teach it teaches time management. So that's kind of like going with the scheduling. So like, and that has a lot to do with what I was trying to say with scheduling. Scheduling is very important because you have to make sure that you give yourself enough time to do these things, which is, kind of, like scheduling to do list. You want to make sure you're doing that type of thing. So, I'm running a little long on the video. I don't want to get into that too much, but like I feel like it's very important to do journaling, and it's very important to do scheduling. And I kind of look at them as two similar things, but two a little bit different things. Helps prioritize tasks. That's kind of what the to do list is. Like I always do my to do list in like a kind of like what is the most important I need to do first. Of course, sometimes some things are a little easier. You might knock them out a little bit first, but like that's kind of how I do my to do list. But that's kind of the way. This is kind of the way that I look at like the form that I was wanting to do with my PDF. Like all that was going to be in one thing. So you're going to like look at like what is the most important thing I need to do. What is the most what is how much time do I have to obligate to all this stuff? So that's very important to like to do when you're journaling or when you're just trying to maintain your time or manage your time, I guess is a better way to say it. And organize your task and all that type of stuff. Have a provide a daily log of activities and reference for later. So that's kind of like a to do list on what you're just kind of triaging what you can do now versus what you can do later. So you're not getting stressed out about it. That's why it's very important to me, like the schedule and the to do list, like what the things I got to do now versus the things I can do later versus the things I can push to the weekend. Like you know, so I'm not getting super stressed out about it. If there's something I can do on the weekend when I have a little bit more time, push it till then. Don't kill yourself trying to do it. Like a lot of people, work through the week. They got family stuff they got going on the week. You can maybe knock out 4 or 5 things during the day, smaller things during the day. You got to do the big things, the heavy lifting for your household on the weekend. But don't stress about it where you're like, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. It's like the to do list and the schedules like that. I don't really look at the journaling so much as like that, but that's the way she's structuring it in her article. But that type of stuff still is very beneficial to your mental clarity, is that you're still doing that. So I'm glad that this article still kind of hits it like that, because I just kind of skimmed through this bottom half. I ain't gonna lie about it. I just kind of looked that part over. But and then also the last one is kind of develops better concentration, because you're gonna have to pay attention if you're gonna utilize this stuff uh to the best of your ability. So like, you know, we kind of hit on the schedule and the to-do lists really quickly. Um how many of you guys use to-do lists, or how many of you guys would think about using to-do lists or journals or schedules? How many you think would it would be helpful? Do you guys think that that would alleviate some stress out of your life if you were able to utilize those a little bit? What about the PDF that I talked about? How many of you guys would be interested in those in that? Because like we're really trying to come up with something that would be good and useful and you know beneficial. We're either gonna sell it for like 99 cents or 69 cents or something super cheap, because we gotta feed them kids. No, I'm just playing. We gotta, I don't know. We gotta figure out a way. I want to make it super cheap so people can uh, buy it and it won't be very expensive. But I also want to be able to make it where like it's like encrypted and all that other stuff. So if you're putting like somewhat secure information, which I wouldn't suggest putting like your whole like doctor information and all that other stuff on it. It's more like it's like a basic type of journal, and you might put some basic information of like some of your stuff on there, but I wouldn't put like the whole gambit of your health information on there, because then you have, HIPAA and privacy stuff on there. But how many of you guys would be interested in something like that? Just let me know, you know, uh, let me know on things like that. Like I said, this is uh, a channel where we're trying to raise awareness for mental health. We're trying to uh, do things where we inform you guys on different things that will help you guys with mental health on all kinds of different things. We're also trying to give awareness on outlets, different shows, different music, different maybe even games, different events, things like that. We're trying to be open to all kinds of different things that you guys might be open to. We're trying to build a community where we can share information and build people up and let people know that that it's not just you alone out there that is fighting this your disease state by yourself. There's other people out here fighting it, and you don't have to be alone and not knowing what to do, or thinking that you have to worry about all this stuff by yourself, and you don't know where to go or what to do. We're trying to build up information and get that out there to help people. So if this is a place that would be beneficial to you, please like, share, sub, and all that other good stuff to help the algorithm and the YouTube gods and all that other stuff. And we'd greatly appreciate any help you could with our channel. Uh, I appreciate any of you guys who made it this far in this extremely long video. Love you guys and peace. Woo.